All right. Welcome back. If you are seeing this, also on YouTube, I just had an exclusive only summoning for the anniversary. Let me just switch things back. Probably the recording of it's probably not going to put on my archive, but basically, I got fucked. I got fucked royally. I chose first off, I chose Mev. It's a servant I've been wanting to have for an extremely long time. It's been avoiding me for an extremely long time. So I chose Mev. I got her. She's cool and everything. I love her. I'm happy I finally get to have her. I just wish, I didn't have to little sync quirks I lost to her. Wish we're back, but whatever, right? Bygones be bygones. The other thing though is the fact I then tried to start rolling. I rolled for my selected banner. I did not get any of the servants I want. The 5-star I got was Ikiba, which I have her now at MP3, and a 4-star I did not also get, which was the Liberian rider form. I got someone else I did not care for much, to be honest. Anyway, I rolled a bunch of times on this bitch, did not get her. I got a bunch of 4-stars, and I like Canis. Canis is pretty cool. His MP is also, MP3 Canis. That's all right. Wait, I don't have MP. That's slightly more disheartening now. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna... Well, since we're here, might as well go ahead and start leveling up Meb. Let's see. I got from last time, since it's gonna be recording, it's gonna be put on YouTube. Let's see. So since last time, I got more Percibles. I didn't get all the servants. Well, currently right now at this point, I am missing only Mel, the dragon, or Faye Lancelot is the only character I'm actually missing from the Lostbelt 6 campaign. So that's great. I'm happy for that. I'm super happy she did not come at all. I tried to roll for her again today, and again she did not come at all. Gosh, you're such a fucking whore. I love you. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna level up Meb, and then I'm gonna... Oh, first I think I want to listen to Percival's bond lines, because I have not looked at anything of his after I got him to bond 5, and he's now MP3, so, that's fantastic. I love the fact that I got a Lancer 3 times, gold 3 times, and it wasn't the 5-star I wanted. Percival's pretty cool. He's a cool servant. He's got the holy blade, apparently not holy blade, holy lance of Jesus Christ. That's great. Gosh, you should not be this charming. I hate you. Why? Well, I'm starting to learn my taste in women is actually broken. Like, I should not actually like Meb this much. But I do. Alright. Oh, that's right. I probably should add just a little bit more. Since I think this is like what? They have more ratings up for 3 stars, I believe. Well, not 3 star. A higher chances of yeah, super. Okay, yeah, super and great by 3 times. Okay, cool. Wow, dude, my luck. I am being shafted so freaking hard. Like last night, I summoned a 5 star. It was not the Lancer. It was Caster. Your servant. Your servant who died to cheese. Why am I not getting any supers? There's literally 3 times the chances. Why am I not getting them? I feel like I've been forsaken. What did I do? Yes. Thank you, finally. What do you mean I was short? What was I short of that? Oh, that's right, that's twice. Not great. Greats. Actually, 3 times. Okay. Okay. Come on. Give me your line. Give me your reception line. Come on, give me that great, give me that great, give me. I've been forsaken. To think this is the character I've been thinking for an extremely long time to actually grill at like to 100. Because Meb is a character. Actually, you like test Meb a little bit more. I think I'm gonna put her on a 4 run for the challenge quest that they have. Just to kind of get a better handle of her and how her kit kind of actually like, interacts with the servants I typically employ. Seki. Rank up, let's go! At the very least, I'll get some sync works out of this, but man, I have not been lucky for this one. This anniversary, I think I've been the least lucky. Okay, I want to finish up leveling everything, so I think I'm gonna go to the store, and I think I'm gonna... First, I need to get her, Oh shoot, I might not have enough. Okay, maybe I do. Let's see. I'm ready. No, I'm not at the store. Just Ron Da Vinci. Okay, let's get... I have 40, right? I need 40 of these. 40 of these. cool. I need a grind later. Oh wow, I have a lot I had to do. What was I thinking? Oh right. Meb. You little bitch. Where are you? Here you are. Let's start feeding you all these stuff. Let's start burning a bunch of stuff. Hopefully, because of all the summons I was doing, hopefully I may get enough here. Okay, cool. Alright, that should be enough to get Meb. She should still be up here. This is skills. This is the wrong thing. There we go. Let's see. Where are you, Mebby? Oh, you should be here somewhere around here. Here. Oh, she's quite a healthy girl, isn't she? I didn't realize she actually has a lot of health. Yeah, okay. Let's see. And there we go. That should be enough attack. Alright, I mean, that's not the most attack I've ever seen on a servant. But you know what? For a single target MP, along with the fact she's a buster, and I'm probably gonna grail her to 100 to be honest, because she has been a long candidate I've been wanting for like to make my like rider level 100 servant. But I'm gonna have to actually grind a lot for QPs now. I could do it later. I don't wanna. I do want to get back to the story. All right. Oh, Haruka, go away. Let's see. Where are you, Percival? Okay, Percival, here he is. So first off, let's go ahead and read, because I have not looked at any of his shit. described as an innocent fool. Perseveres an accessible spearman, the knight who personally witnessed the miracle of the Holy Grail, and a man of compassion who has saved numerous amount of souls. He bears and protects Longinus, another sacred lance that differs from the one that kept by the King of Knights. Ooh. So personally story of the Holy Grail and the others, lawful good, male, always serves extra large portions. Favorite guard who stands up on the ceremonies, described as innocent, could touch himself peacefully without a doubt of anger. He dotes on children's animals he has never met before, even though he's unaware of his habits. During his lifetime, is also seen standing in the garden in Camelot with a bird perching on his arms and shoulders. In combat, his manner is harsher than usual, but only during combat. The Holy Grail invites Percival and Galahad to heaven, but the Holy Longinus was destined to remain upon the earth. Oh, that's nice. That's good for him. In the story, it's Percival who is said to have returned with the Sacred Lance. Percival also appears in the Wagner's final musical drama, Parsifal. In the opera, he is depicted as both its owner and an inheritor of the Sacred Lance. Friction of the Holy Grail. She's projection due to his due ties with the Holy Grail, despite having directly witnessed Galahad's ascendant to heaven. Oh, you know what? Good for him. Percival is also described as the keeper of the Holy Grail and legends and lore. That's actually funny. He's one of the few servants who's that's actually kind of funny. He's in the Holy Grail War, and he's one of the few servants to have actually held and witnessed the actual Holy Grail. That's kind of funny. This goes one of the boons granted by the bearer of the Sacred Lance. The fact is active even without risking the gold restraints on this lance. Longinus, Count 0. Women Lance of Destiny. Sacred Lance Center appears to chest of Christ. When its true name is released, Longinus manifests the awesome might. It displays for the battlefield between Sir Bellet and King Pelham, becoming a literal anti-fortress, noble phantasm that can demolish even a royal castle believed to be Cornwall, the Grail Castle. Displaying its terrifying destructive power, it also inhibits powers of healing. Longinus has 2 restraints placed upon it by Bilam and Galahad. These are considered reduced versions of the 13 seals of Longinus, as well as sacred sword Excalibur, wielded by King Arthur from a different world. Percival is good at taking care of people. He especially likes to fuss over his juniors. This includes his master as well. He has a heartfelt desire to protect and nurture the youth so that they may grow into great people. During his time on the Round Table, he dotes on the young Gareth, Squire Boris, and Lancelot's son, Galahad, and others. Sir Percival is more of a big brother to me than any of my actual brothers, being Galahad one day. After her death, Perseus heard that what she had said about him. He wept alone in the garden of Camelot.
よろしい。騎士パ、私が相手だ。どこまでも固く。守護こそが、いよいよだね。先陣を切るぞ、マスター。
Okay, I just wanna...
我が友よ。これは、救済の光よ。はっ。では、お任せを。命令とあらば。ここに光を。
Oh, he's so cool. Yeah, yeah. Shine.
輝け。光を。トゥ、ゼイ。トゥ、あー。清掃、二重拘束解除。カウントダウン。ロンギヌス、カウントゼロ。尊き奇跡をここに。
Wait, does this mean that he actually doesn't have his restraints are actually not, like, they're still on? When he says count 0?
ロンギヌス。
Aim.
まだ終わっていないというのに不がいない。無念だ。お役に立てず。勝利は皆に、名誉はマスターに捧げ。もちろんさ。道は開けたよ。終わりか。マスター、今日はあなたの
Okay.
和コードはいい。可能性そのものだ。彼らを育てることこそ先達としての無上の喜び。無論あなたも和コードの一人。健やかにあれ。マスターは小食なのかな。今日は
I like his expressions.
そうか。食堂の担当者に言って皿の盛りを倍にしてもらうべきか一瞬考えてしまったよ。今でこそ体も大きく、年を重ねて気持ちも大きく成長したが、子供の頃の私は小柄で気弱な性格だった。いろいろと努力したが、結局一番効果があったのは食事だろうね。マスターはまだ成長期なのだから、とにかくよく食べることだ。大切なんだぞ。
You know, he's actually a really good actual like role model.
かの騎士王の携えし、ロンゴミニアドに並ぶもう一つの清掃。強大な力を有するがゆえ、二重拘束の状態にあるが、必要な時には解放されよう。その時を決めるのは私ではない。あなただ、マスター。マスター、空腹ではないかな。飢えていては勝てる者も勝てない。めんどくさがってはいけないぞ。心得ている。あなたはマスター。私の新たな主だ。トリスタン。浮気は良くない。
That's what he has to say. We're seeing one of his comrades. That's actually kind of funny.
ガレス、気候はまだ細い。もっと食べなさい。ほら、たんと。ガレス、なぜ逃げるのです。ガレス。
I do like his expressions. Just him opening his eyes is actually really funny.
あの時、確かに尊いものを目に
Just imagining the dot just looks at it and is like, I know who you are. I know what you are.
未来を示す希望であったのだと。私は信じている。今も忠義の騎士ベディビエール、久方ぶりだ。何か印象が変わったかな。ケイが常に背負っていた暗いトゲが消えたようだ。今ではただ淡い色をした花が見える。これはスミレ色のなんという花だろう。
Oh, he's such a nice, kind bro.
豊富なんだね。素晴らしい。飢えた子が一人もいない。ああ、いや、子供に見えるのは幼年型の英霊であり、英霊は本来食事を必要としない。理解してはいるつもりだが、つい間違えてしまう。
Kind person. I can't. You know what? He's really growing on me. Just...
ここには槍の強者が集う。いいな。よし。マスター、見ていてほしい。
I do hope one day we get to like see like him and Gintoki get to actually interact. That would be really interesting to watch.
ランスロット卿。時に刃を交わし、共に冒険を繰り広げた友よ。飛行を忘れた時はない。再びまみえることになろうとは。子は愛であり宝だ。我らが守るべきものだ。偉大なる大魔術師殿。普段彼は何を食べているのだろうか。カエサル殿、浮気はよくない。
That's funny.
我らが騎士をよもや再びお会いできようとは。しかも同じ主をいただくサーバントの身同士とは。なんたる機縁。 ところで王よ、いささか痩せましたか？いけない、それはいけない。盛りましょう。このパーシバルが。
Oh, he must be talking to Saber Lily.
マスター、指示を。我が宝具は聖な
Is that all his lines?
偉大なる大魔。
Okay, that's interesting. I'm kind of curious if anyone else has like other lines due to him. Let me see. Margaret, maybe?
好きなものそれお前がマスターが騎士王がいる
No, I had to look up later probably what servants actually have like lines directly about Percival. Actually, I can look it up right here right now on the computer. While I do that, let me check. Who has interludes now? No, you're so Meb has Epon too. Let's do this in the meantime, and then I'll start. Then I could start reading the story. Or actually, no. I guess I might as well just actually start with the story first, since that's like the main reason I'm streaming here. And then afterwards, I'll look into some of the other stuff. Actually, these two things don't give me any kind of summon tickets, so. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna back to story. First, let me just look up Pacific. I want to look up Percival's actual alliance and see like who it actually like correlates with, or who actually has something to say about Percival. But while I do that, I'm gonna. So where we left off. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I believe we left off specifically when we had just reunite with MASH. So we run into Pepe. Pepe talks a little bit, talks about what's happening. We stayed there for a little while until the actual. We actually get to fight the. We actually end up fighting what is assumed to be the Calamity, right? It's this weird giant, like molten, like eldritch thing. Like it's like one of the more, but like eldrified. You know, Mash, of course, runs face first into it. Castoria has a little bit of dialogue. Heard like having be like conflicted about her. Well, for one, watching Mash do this thing, but also like at the same time conflicted on that she's there, not able to actually do anything. But she looks at like Ritsuka and see that Ritsuka's like, even though he's struggling right now and even though he's trying his best, she wants to like be there to support him and, you know, wants to be the one to say, yeah, let's actually back up, because then it actually kind of relieves some of the like the self-doubt that he's having right now, or like some of the strain off his shoulders about like abandoning Northwich. But then she sees him light up about seeing Mash running face first into this eldritch horror. So he then runs off to fight it. She backs them up. They're able to defeat it. You know, she, you know, didn't really play as big as a role as like Mash and the others, but she did perform some kind of backup. She feels a little bit self-doubt from there. From there, we also have Mash also kind of start to remember about who she is, and that, you know, are finally like with her memories are capable of like reuniting with Ritsuka and the others. They talk about a little bit about what like happened. The next thing that happens, let's see. From there, Mash then gets hit by the mirror, water mirror specifically from Morgan. It turns out it's a teleportation spell, which teleports her to where Mordred is. They then get word from the fact that Mordred is hoping to have like a meeting with them. So they go get to this meeting. We're chaperoned by Tim and Garwin, They have a little bit, they have a little bit back and forth about like between some of them. Garwin doesn't exactly like remember who Castor is. Castor obviously is hostile to Garwin. From there, there's a little bit of interactions between the MC and Garwin. It's very neutral. They're very much some people who recognize that they're both enemies of each other, but like treat each other with like respect and kindness, and they're actually like being very polite to each other. Learning a little bit more about Garwin, like some of her traits. She apparently has a husband, but not an actual like romantic husband, just someone who's like, the Fae logic of they just refer to this person as their husband, but in actuality, they're just saying it just because they're just staying at their place. So it's not really a husband, it's just more like she's taking care of someone. Hence why she's like very much like okay with talking with humans. She's also a little bit of a nerd when it comes to like Garwin, like she like actual Garwin. I guess because she has like respect for like the Knights of the Round Table. We learned that Timlins are actually something that came from like a previously old era for the last like great savior, because that they were like the allies of the great savior, and then they died, and then that was like sealed away by Morgan. But like only recently, like about 300 years ago, was when they unlocked it and gave it back, like having like Timlins again. Garwin being the first. At some point we were attacked. We run and have Lancelot. Faye Lancelot shows up, shows off a little bit, goes off again. Then we ride to Camelot. A little bit more interactions there. Nothing too noteworthy, other than the fact that we actually get to see Kodak, or the leader of the King clan, and they look a lot like Meb. In fact, let me see if I can pull up a picture of them. We have the famous we actually have the famous leg scene with the Meb clone. Let me see if I can pull it up. I have a sure. It's this one. We get to see it. All right. So we see that apparently something's up because of the fact that she's actually staring directly at Fujimaru. Da Vinci makes note of that, or no, it's Garwin. Garwin makes note of that because Garwin and her, apparently they have some beef with each other because they're staring at each other from like hundreds of, like, I think it's like 20 kilometers away from each other, and they're noticing that like they're staring down at each other. But the moment where Ritsuka actually takes a telescope and looks at her, she looks directly at him, in which they know it's a bit weird. And then afterwards, they break away. Garwin and sends Fake Garwin sends Fujimaru, Castora, and Da Vinci to go meet with the Queen, and that's where we are. I'm really curious about what we're gonna get here. It probably took us almost an hour to go up the stairs to the front room. That's a fucking long stair. Kneel, present, worship, submit. Give seat to the throne, cease your breathing. 30 ambassadors, 100 officials, close your mouth. You are in the presence of the High Queen Morgan, the king who expands our border, and upon whose shoulders all of Britain rests. Revel in her glory. Know this, child of prophecy. Know this, foreign mage. This meeting is the sign of the High Queen's grace and amnesty. Thank you. It is so very good of all of you to come. even without a formal invitation. My ambassadors and officials are now commanded to be silent. Until this meeting ends, or I order otherwise, the only people present permitted to speak are myself, my guests, and me, Burly Guts, the Queen's hubby. Sorry, fancy fairies. Burly Guts? So he is here in Camelot. And did he just say he's Morgan's husband? Hey there, Em, and friends. I haven't seen you since Olympus. Why the look of surprise? Hey now, don't tell me Mash didn't tell you I'm Morgan's beaut. Does that mean Morgan's... Right. As a master yourself, of course that's where your mind goes, right, Emp? Yeah, it's true. I'll admit. I'm Morgan's master. The partner of the High Queen who rules over the land of the Fae. But that doesn't make sense. Sure it does, and it's true. I mean, yeah, she's so far in my league, I had a hard time believing it myself, but facts are facts. Altair, I gave you permission to approach. Raise your head. Okay. I see. It appears you truly are the child of prophecy. And you must be the foreign mage, Master of Chaldea, seeking so desperately to restore what you call proper human history. And yes, I am. Your efforts in Northwich, though commendable, were unnecessary. Still, you did very well eliminating Calamity. I will therefore reward you accordingly. Typically, I would compensate you in the currency of my realm. However, I understand the source of your magical energy is spiral magical energy quantity values you refer to as QP, which are derived by viewing magical elements as particles, correct? I trust 100 million of these will suffice. Take them. That much? And wait, does this mean you have a Quimpy Mints here? Of course not. I simply created myself by using your own Magecraft system methods. I have nothing more to say. If there's anything else you wish to discuss, then our business is concluded. Emp, Altair, if either of you ask any questions, ask questions of me, now is the time. Wait, hold on. If there's anything else you wish to discuss, then our business is concluded. Okay. But be warned, through You Are My Guest, careless word may cost you that status and the protection it offers. Not sure it's weirdly under a gaze, not that good later. It's up to me to speak first. So you speak up first then. Very well. You are indeed brave. Tell me, Conqueror of 5 Lostbelts, what is it that you want? Chaldea's goal is to restore the bleached earth phenomenon. Yes, I am aware of the Yes, I'm aware of the situation in the outside world. Burly Guts has informed me. But there's another automaton that we need to resolve here in the Lost. Oh, and what sort of anomaly? Using an ability similar to Usul's ability to prophesize, we observed a future depicting a calamity collapse. We don't yet know what causes collapse or how it will happen. But if it isn't stopped, it will spread across all of Britain and ultimately destroy the entire planet. This is why Chaldea has come to Fae Britain. We need to investigate this collapse and prevent it from happening. Now that the Tree of Infiniteness is gone, we have no quarrels with this Lostbelt. Our goal is to stop the world's collapse. That's all. I see. So you're saying you came here not to conquer our world, but to save it. Is that right? We also wanted the divine construct we can use against a foreign god. That's right. That's right. We hope to acquire the sacred lance Ramathal, the increasingly powerful spell you cast at Olympus. We would like you to provide us with either a mystic code that lets us use that spell ourselves, or the spellcraft's theory we could use to recreate it. Olympus, foreign gods. What in the world are these outsiders talking about? And how could they be so reckless, making a demand of the High Queen of all people? Ah, yes. I know the weapon you seek. I also believe you when you said you came here to save Britain. And so I would say this to you. You, in your proper human history, will come to a miserable end. This collapse you have observed will be the result of me expanding my territory. I shall be the one to put a true and final end to your history. I would never willingly surrender my divine contract to you, my mortal enemies. Emperor, ignorant child. To save your world, you would have to defeat me. What you call proper human history cannot be saved otherwise. Is that your way of declaring war on us, Queen Morgan? Proper human history in my realm cannot coexist. If you wish to save your world, you would have to win it from me. And I really thought she was willing to listen. Now we have to fight after all. That goes for you too, Altair, accursed child of Astron's prophecy. The year end will bring a great calamity. It shall once again destroy every Fae in Britain. But the Fae do not learn, ever. No matter how many times they die, they will always be reborn in you. As long as my castle remains intact, Fae Britain shall always be reborn. Even should all of Britain burn. Your Majesty, are you saying you're only protecting your kingdom, not your citizens? Yes. I offer fairies no salvation. I shall defend my land, nothing more. With all the magical energy I have stored in the throne, I have nothing to fear from this great calamity. Furthermore, only a chosen fairy can sit upon this throne. You are neither like any of the other fairies, nor that foreign mage. You have been chosen. You are neither a rebel nor an invader. You are the Staff of Selection's chosen wheeler. By accepting my invitation, you have proven yourself the true child of prophecy. You and you alone have the right to bring me to justice, fairy sent from paradise. Even should you fill the oceans with the blood you shed in the battle against me, you would be innocent of sin. If you wish to save Britain, you must defeat me and claim the throne for yourself. Go on, fulfill that absurd prophecy if you can. You should know better than anyone that you have no choice. Then it would seem our discussion has concluded. I'm pleased that we now understand each other. I know, right? Who wants a beautiful, peaceful revolution when everyone can go home buddy-buddy with no bloodshed? So, on that note, you guys are stupid enough to come here without any nothing more than faith in people's innate goodness and honor, and now negation is completely broken down. You didn't really think you could leave here without a fight, right? Of course not. Emperor, Altair, get behind me. I thought this might happen. Be silent. Even now, these are my honored guests. I will permit not so much as a hair on their head to come to harm, nor will I allow even an insult to their pride until they have left Chaldea. Not Chaldea. Sorry, Camelot. Translation: you gotta be shitting me. Forgive my husband's insultance, child. Daughter of Tenglo, as long as you remain Altair, I shall not recognize you as my enemy. As long as the bells of pilgrims remain unrang, my lords are forbidden from attacking any of you. However, if she does start ringing the lords and officially declares herself as a child of prophecy, Then and only then shall I name her, along with Chaldea, my enemies, and marshal my armies against you. I therefore advise you think very carefully before beginning the war you cannot possibly win. Now stand down. I am certain there's nothing left to say. Oh, is there? Where did you take Mash? Mash? What is that? That's the name of our companion. The one you swallowed up with the spell you were usually used to get rid of the calamities. She's a demi-servant with the spirit origin of Galahad, the Shield Knight. Since you named your Timlings after other knights of the Round Table, I'm sure you must have known that name too. I see, that explains it. Yes, I hold your knight captive. Where is she? I see no reason I should tell you. She's my trophy. But I can assure you she's alive and well. No one can harm her, not even me. Give me a QP. I need QP. I actually do need QP. I actually really do need a lot. It would be so great. Okay, I'm hoping that's what the treasure is. Because if it is, that's fantastic. Oh, made it back outside the castle savvy. Well, we have a small lead on Mash, but... Yeah, I wasn't much of a discussion, was it? She basically just told us we're enemies and threatened to show us no mercy if we ever tried to defy her. Yeah? Can't say it was a very productive talk. At least we know that Morgan definitely sees proper human history as her enemy. And now we know that Mash is safe, but kept in captivity somewhere. This Mash is getting Mash has been captured through all the parts so far. But that just confirms some of the things we already at least expected. I didn't see anything else that can give us any kind of clue as to how we can possibly beat her in a fight. We didn't learn anything about the Divine Construct either. Actually, we did make a little bit of progress there. Remember that auditorium in the throne room, the one overlooking the pits? Well, I noticed a stick magical pattern nearby. It's very similar to the Lion King in the Sixth Singularity. That confirms to me that Morgan has Ramathal on hand in weapon form. And not just one or two either. She must have at least 10 in place around Camelot's main gate. And with that many on hand, she must have already used them here several times before. So we can assume that the one she threw at Olympus must have been just one of the 7 she had at ready. It would have been great if she'd been willing to sell us just one of them, but it's clearly that's not an option. So now, the only way for us to complete our initial objective of acquiring a divine construct ourselves is to defeat Morgan. We definitely have our work cut off. Are we not going to bring up the fact you just said she had like multiples? Still, at the very least we made it out safe and sound, so we also know that Queen Morgan is true to her word. True. Both Morgan herself and all of Camelot might be so stuffed with magical energy, it's downright chilling. But she's also adamant about upholding the laws she set as queen. She'd even listened to Burley when he tried to break him. I know him. That only makes it all the more mysterious. Burley said that he was Morgan's master. If that's true, it would make her a servant. But that can't be true. She's been ruling Fae Britain for at least 2,000 years. Burley couldn't have possibly come to this Lostbelt any sooner than at the end of 2019, just like all the other ciphers. Obviously, Morgan must have been already being queen at the time by then, so she couldn't possibly have been summoned as a servant. The question is he lying about that, or is he being made to believe it? Either way, we need to get more information before we can even draw conclusions. Oh, hey guys, you're back! Guys, over here! Welcome back! Altair? Em? So, how did the audience go? What's Queen Morgan really like? Was she terrifying? Was she strong? Was she like 10 meters tall? I mean, everyone who takes Tristan in as a daughter must eat nothing but at her face, right? Well, she definitely seems like a queen. Cut that out, Gareth. Can't you see that the child of prophecy is doing her best not to spoil your fun? The truth is, the queen's completely ordinary, right? Right out there? Is that what you wanted to say? Huh? I can tell. I'm an expert at reading fair maidens' minds, after all. Don't worry out there. It's okay to be yourself. I don't know much about how maidens think, but being yourself is good advice. Deep down, you're just a stubborn screw with a fierce competitive streak, right? If anything, you're probably thinking something like, the queen, I could take her any day of the week. Give me 2,000 years, I'll probably be way stronger than her. I wasn't thinking that or anything of the sort, and couldn't you make it at least 100 years? Guess we won't be getting a cozy carriage escape back to Northwich. Especially after they basically kick us out of town. I wasn't expecting the way back to be easy, but now that it's time to go, it looks harder than ever. If they just gave us at least one carriage, we could have a nice comfy ride back to, huh? Oh, hello! Fancy running into you all here now, huh? I was out taking our new carriage for a test drive, and I just so happened to find myself in Camelot. Seems like a fate to me. Go on, get in. Don't be shy. You were totally aiming for this, weren't you? Yeah, I figure you'll be finishing up around now. I take it your audience with the Queen's all done now, right? I'd love to hear more about it, but first, we should probably get going before our presidents have given the Queen's army any ideas. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see you haven't been tempted by any of our carriages. Say hello to our new and improved carriage. It's now got 6 passenger seats and 2 sleeping berths. And this bad boy, I can promise you all the more comfortable journey around Britain than ever before. You'll see, they don't call me the red horn-stretched bit for nothing. And that's great to hear about the carriage, but why are you glimmering up too? Once I told the fairies of Northwich I was one of the Chariots of Prophecy's attendants, they were delighted to absolutely pamper me. But your clan's fairies whipped this armor up for me during their celebration. Snort. I see. Well, that's nice. I just hope you're ready to pay for it yourself. Yippee! I better get these quirks. Yes! Yes! I don't have to grind! I love you, Morgan. Absolute babe. And that's how our audience with Morgan ended. Well, she certainly doesn't mince words, didn't she? Morgan's eager for his fight. I hope there might be at least some way to broken peace between Chaldea and the Child of Prophecy met her together, but she obviously has never had any intention of giving up her throne to the Child of Prophecy, the true king. And that's not all. Morgan doesn't even plan to save Britain. She said she's going to expand her territory and destroy the outside world, right? I was already pretty sure that was her plan, but I didn't know how she was planning to pull it off. But after hearing about your meeting, I think I got it. She's going to use the Great Calamity herself. How so? Remember the water mirror she used at Northwich? That's what she's always using to get rid of the calamities before. Isn't that right, Ebertrons? Yeah? She doesn't usually break it out at that massive of a scale, but the teleportation spell is one of her go-tos. So even if Emp and Mash haven't gone to such extraordinary lengths, she would have still made the calamities disappeared. Rather, she would have made it her own. Morgan's been trying to acquire the calamities for herself. And if she is, that means she must be able to harness their magical energy and use it as her own. That's the magical energy she's been using. She's been using to overwrite Emperor's world, proper human history, and make it her own territory. She's going to take the curse means to destroy the world of fairies and use it to destroy the worlds of humans. That's her plan. How much battery do I have? I have low. That's her plan. She's not out to stop the Great Calamity. She wants it to happen. So instead of getting rid of the Great Calamity, she's gonna use it as a weapon? Even though she has more than enough power to banish it like she did in Northwich? But that would means only the fairies inside Camelot would survive. Now that you mention it, those upper class fairies in Camelot all looked down on the other cities. I even heard of them saying stuff like, the only fairies worry of anything are from those of Camelot with a straight face. It completely brought the world's privileged state class nonsense that the queen fed them. I'm sure they just think of the Chowder Posse as an irritation. I know the queen said she didn't consider her enemy until we rang the bells of pilgrimage, but she's also married to Burley, right? It's the one thing Orion showed. It's one thing if Orion showed up with a carriage when he did, because there's no telling where he might send troops after us. He said it. First things first, we should put a distance between us and Camelot. We can figure out our next course of action afterwards. If anything else, we know exactly what we have to do now if we're going to save Britain, our world, and MASH. We're going to have to defeat Morgan. Several hours before the meeting at the empty throne. Still no sign of movements from the pit, and this is concerning. That aside, a great calamity has come every 1,000 years. The sheer idiocy of these fairies never ceases to amaze. At least it is useful. I'll use whatever I must to erase proper human history forever. You again. You know that merely observing will result in nothing. Oh my gosh, dude. You are truly the foreign god's priestess. You should at least try to kill me. Through, of course, the assassination attempt by the disciple of the foreign god did not go so well for him. No servant comprised of heroic spirits from proper human history can hope to match my Tamlins. If you do nothing but stand there and watch, then do not show yourself. I tire at looking at you. If there is anything you wish to say to me, then speak as he did. Sorry to interrupt your chat. I would have not, but there was no door here. Of course not. Why would I welcome guests merely because they were knocking? I do have a waiting room too, had you care to use it. You mean the ghost warrant downstairs? Below. It's majestic, but unnecessary. I don't have time to wait. I'm neither omnipotent nor a talented mage like yourself. I'm just an ordinary man capable of nothing but ordinary work. Truthfully, I should be avoiding places like this where I have no business in the first place. Your actions defy comprehension. You're clearly from Chaldea. You are on the side of proper human history. While the foreign god means to wipe the slate of human history clean, I could end up destroying it before she gets a chance. Is that not why you're here? To stop me? No. If you really could destroy it, go ahead. What? True. If left to your own devices, I'm sure you indeed destroyed his planet and erased human history. That is preferable to a foreign god achieving her goals. Your goal is to wipe out proper human history so you can expand the land of the Fae and rule it as queen. I can't approve of your goals or your approach to pursuing it, but I do respect what you accomplished. I will never try to interfere with your plans, nor lend Chaldea my help. If you should succeed in retaining this planet a lifeless husk, I have no objections. If you are not here to interfere, then why have you come? You came in to have no time to waste, did you not? I I come to see what you created here. It deserves at least that much. You saw the Tree of Emptiness for what it really was. Instead of fearing it, you use it for yourself. You grasped Chaldea's summoning system instantly and made it your own. Those are truly exceptional accomplishments. These are scaled few who can even approach your level of godlike genius. Now, do you understand, High Queen Morgan? I came here to praise you. I can't imagine there is anyone willing or able to give you the condolence you deserve. You estimated my magecraft skills mean nothing to me. If anything, it sounds snide. Now, if this is all you have to say, then leave. This world is soon to be mine, and there's no place in it for either a foreign god or a beast. I know. This is the last chance to intervene anyway. Even if I did try to get in your way now, it wouldn't change anything. If my aim were to stop what was happening here, I would have come 2,000 years too late. Your history is perfect. Your strip is complete. While you did make the mistake with Tristan, your victory is still close at hand. Mistake with Tristan? Okay. As one who stood in the very position, I wanted to applaud you in the path you've taken. As one who has stood in this very position. Okay. In my estimate, neither the child prophecy nor the master of Caldera have any hope of defeating you. Through, of course, where a third player has yet to show themselves to intervene, that would change things considerably. Yeah, give me it. Give me it. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. My phone is low on battery, so I might as well charge it. Okay. I'm gonna stop streaming here now. I'm probably gonna grind a little bit. Well, I'm gonna finish up all the other side stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up this stuff. See if I can get like some of the stuff. Probably level up Meb stuff as well. And then afterwards, maybe I'll stream later, just to continue the story, because it's a bit shorter. But thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.